Live from the crazy house, West Side. Listen, y'all wanted the breaking news? Well, I got the breaking news. From the top, Devin Haney will fight Teofimo Takeover Lopez, signed for August 16th. Now, Lance Pugmire of Boxing Scene was the first to report this. I will put the link in the description so you guys make sure you check out the article in its entirety, and we will go through this. But it looks like we have ourselves a fight. Do we have a problem? Do we? What movie is that from? Let's see if y'all know y'all movies. Stop playing with me. Official, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez signed for August 16th in Saudi Arabia, right? Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez have signed a contract to fight August 16th in Saudi Arabia. An official with knowledge of the negotiations told us Monday. The bout pitting the pair of two division champions who each won May 2nd Times Square card in New York is the anticipated clash from the so-called Four Horsemen, or at least of this generation, right? Davis is also scheduled. They're talking about Tank fighting Lamont Roach. I don't know why, but whatever. The bout between Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez is expected to be fought at a catchweight of 145 pounds. According to an official, the pair have agreed and enrolled in random drug testing through VADA. No problem there. We need a clean sport. Teo Lopez, 22-1, 13 knockouts, was asked about his next fight, and Haney, 32-0, 15 knockouts on Friday night at Golden Boy Promotions card in Vegas. Teo smiled, raised his eyebrows, and said maybe him. Haney's father, trainer, manager Bill Haney pressed for the Lopez fight in a recent conversation, saying that Haney was a more attractive, more lucrative choice as opposed to Jaron Boots Ennis. Quote, I thought you were looking for the big money fight. That's what you complained about your whole career, that you weren't able to earn the right to fight. But now there's nowhere else to run, no place to hide, and no place to hide, my bad. The elder Haney was also upset Teofimo Lopez apparent utterance of basically his racial innuendos. He says, Devin told me he will beat Teo for all the disrespect he has uttered to tell him. Take it back every round and take it back every word he said disrespecting the culture, Bill Haney said. He knows Devin is going to be a punishment. There will be no more Teofimo Lopez, just like there's been no more Jojo Diaz, Lomachenko. I don't know if you could add Lomachenko, but whatever. Jorge Linares, Regis Prograis, and other opponents beaten by Devin. Teo Lopez is picking people and barking up the wrong tree. Teo Lopez, the current WBO champion, beat Barbosa, blah, blah, blah. Instead of fighting Ryan Garcia next, however, in a rematch of their controversial fight, Haney, 26, watched Garcia lose on May 2nd to Rolando Rolly Romero. Haney, therefore, is turning his attention to the 27-year-old Teofimo Lopez. The card, which has yet to formally be announced by Saudi financer Turkey, is expected to land on DAZN. And there you have it. Now, I want to give you guys my thoughts. Good fight. This is a fight that has been built up for years, right? Built up for years. People want to see it for years. It looked like Teofimo ducked Devin Haney earlier, and I'm talking about at 135 pounds. That's where it really seemed like Teo, who was with Top Rank, didn't really want no parts of fighting Devin Haney. This is Devin before the Ryan Garcia fight. This is Devin before the Lomachenko fight. We're talking, just to give you guys that chronological order. They even had a run-in in Fresno, barking, and Teofimo was using the N-word, and, Devin was trying to fight him. They had another run-in on DAZN They had both of them at a fight. And this is a fight that's been brewing and building for some odd years. So I am happy for that. But there is a caveat. For me, I feel like the fight would have been stronger. This is in the perfect world. It would have been stronger at 35 because both guys, were probably undefeated, because I don't think Teo had lost to Kambosos at that time. And at 35, it made a lot of sense. Still a good fight now, but Teo looked sharp versus Barbosa. Barbosa didn't really put up much of a fight. And Devin, in his last bout with Jose Ramirez, really kind of expected more. So it's kind of like Turkey, he put these cards together, and it's supposed to be Canelo with William Skull, a guy Canelo was supposed to easily get past, right? And then Canelo would fight Terrence Crawford. But then now, because Canelo didn't look great, and Ryan Roley, Devin Ramirez, Canelo Skull, all three of these fights took place on Fatal Fury Ring Turkey cards on Friday and Saturday. So back-to-back days. Those three fights, one thing they have in common is they have, for a championship 12-rounder, the least amount of punches thrown in a 12-round championship fight. So for Devin, he is coming off of this performance where, I wish it was stronger. You know what I mean? Because Teo's coming off a very good performance. Devin looked in crazy shape for the fight with Ramirez. And then performance-wise, it just, a lot of people felt it wasn't the strongest. People said he ran and things like that. So that's my only downside there. The other thing, outside of Devin's momentum, because he's coming off the Ryan fight, we already know what happened there. Ryan did test positive, but all in all, Devin didn't look spectacular in that performance. Then he put on another performance where he kind of was safety first, things like that with Ramirez, which I went over. And now that's the momentum he has. So it is what it is. We're still getting a fight. That's cool. The other thing, I don't really like the catchweight. The Haneys were very vocal about Tank Davis fighting at catchweight and rehydration clause with Ryan. And now you turn around and you're fighting Teo at a catchweight, right? Teo, he's not a guy full-fledged welterweight or whatever, but I feel like this new generation, these in-betweeners are crazy. You know what I mean? You and Teo, if Teo said he wanted to fight Boots, Boots wasn't going to fight you at 145 pounds. So Devin, I don't know why Devin and Teo are tiptoeing to the welterweight division, but then Bill Haney said he would love for his son to fight Jaron Ennis. Teofimo says that Boots ducked him. So why are you fighting at a catchweight? I don't understand that at all. But that's my only real bones to pick. The other thing is, I actually have another one, is so basically timing the catchweight, especially when you complained about Tank and said catchweights are weak and shouldn't count as fights, blah, blah, blah. But outside of all of that, the fight being in Saudi Arabia, I'm not really a big fan of it taking place there because it seems like such an American fight. Americans have been wanting to see this fight. Teo, Devin sparred before. They have history. They have run-ins before. So to see the fight happen over there, I understand it for the politics side, but for me, I would have preferred it right in America. That's just my honest opinion with it. So in Saudi Arabia, I think it kind of, especially if they don't adjust for U.S. times, and I don't know what the deal is because it hasn't been officially announced. I don't know what the undercard is or anything like that. But I would have preferred it in the States. It feels like a fight that really should happen on U.S. soil. But to get it done, they wanted the attraction there. So it is what it is. Still a good fight. And I will be watching it. And it also goes to show you my reporting was accurate when I told you the Ryan Garcia fight was not happening with Devin Haney. I reported about it, even though it hadn't been confirmed, but the plan was Haney to rematch Ryan. Ryan came up short, so now Ryan gets cut out. He's doing surgery on the sidelines or whatever. So that's another downside is I told you Turkey shouldn't have made an interim fight with Devin and an interim fight with Ryan and Rolly because someone would get upset. It's exactly what happened. And now fast forward to the future, Devin won, Teo won, so that's cool. We get another fight, but the fight that deserved the closure, which is Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, a clean fight, we don't get that closure, and we may never get it. But I am glad that they're doing VADA for Teo, so we don't have any issues there. Neither Devin nor Teo have failed a PED test. Sign up for StreamYard using my link. It's an affiliate link for more boxing news and groundbreaking updates. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let me know what you think of the fights. You dig?